The Rise of Asur, Chapter 1, Shadows of Separation. The night in Vedhan was heavy with silence. The flickering street lamps threw pale circles of light on the broken road, where dust swirled with every gust of wind. In a small house at the edge of the town, a boy sat near the window, staring at the vast emptiness of the dark sky. His name was Asur. His eyes reflected something unusual, an intensity far beyond his age, as though they carried secrets he himself had not yet uncovered. Asur's mother, Manju Devi, moved quietly around the house, her footsteps slow, burdened by an invisible weight. She often looked at her son with a mixture of love and concern, as if she feared the silence inside him more than the silence outside. Life had always been difficult for them, but what made it harder was the absence that hung like a shadow over their lives, the absence of Ramsevak, Asur's father. Asur had never known him. He was only told fragments of stories, whispered words that ended before they truly began. Neighbors spoke with half smiles and half truths, some with pity, others with disdain. But none of it mattered to Asur. For him, Ramsevak was not a man, he was an unanswered question. At school, whenever other children laughed about their fathers bringing them sweets, or shouted proudly about the scoldings they received for mischief, Asur would stay quiet. He carried his silence like armor, never letting anyone see the sting inside. Teachers noticed his sharpness, his ability to answer questions before others even understood them, but they also noticed the anger that boiled in him when anyone dared to mock. He was feared, even as a child. That night, sitting by the window, Asur whispered to himself one day, "I will find out." His voice trembled, not with fear, but with something darker, determination mixed with an unknown fire. The wind outside grew louder, howling as though it wanted to answer his thoughts. The lamp inside the room flickered, and for a moment, the shadow of Asur on the wall seemed larger than the boy himself, towering, monstrous, almost alive. Manju Devi, watching from the kitchen, froze. She could not explain why, but her heart pounded. It was as if the house itself was listening. That night Asur did not sleep. His dreams, when they came, were not of games or laughter. They were filled with flashes of unknown places, dense forests lit by fire, rivers running red, and voices chanting in languages he could not understand. He woke before dawn, drenched in sweat, yet his eyes glowed with something sharp, something new. Manju Devi found him awake, staring again at the sky. She wanted to ask what haunted him, but the words never left her lips. Instead, she only said softly, "Asur, have your breakfast before it gets cold." He nodded, but his mind was far away. Somewhere beyond the horizon. Somewhere in the unknown. In that silence of the early morning, something shifted. The boy who carried questions would soon walk a path where every answer would demand a price. And though he did not yet know it, the world itself had already begun to whisper his name. Asur